It's These Two Locas, the podcast.
We are here.
Oh, man, I wanted to do it on beat. Okay, I lost it.
Well, with that being said, welcome back to These Two Locas.
Yes.
I am JQ.
I am Mika Kenya.
And welcome for another episode. This is actually episode 3.
Yes.
Oh, you gave up.
I did, but I used it correctly, unlike you.
I don't understand how it's not the
No,
same.
you said wrong. Like you used that as an example before. I swear, that's my witness. That you when you were like trying to say that I was wrong or gave a wrong answer, you said wrong. And I was like, wait, no, that's not the context of the sound. The sound is like you did good. You did.
I can use it anywhere.
Okay.
It's my okay.
It's
But
going
we're
in the
here.
highlights reel.
Oh, highlights reel, y'all. But we are here back with another episode. We are the podcast for conversations about friendship, trauma, and culture, because we will be spitting off the cultural facts.
Yes.
Okay, and today, in the sense of culture, episode is titled, I Ain't One of Your Little Friends. Okay?
I know we all heard it.
Okay?
Yep.
Mama, auntie, uncle,
You heard it.
teacher,
Made you feel away.
Nana.
You was like, what did I do wrong?
You said, what?
I mean,
Girl?
don't you say these things?
I definitely
I
have
am your little
told.
friends.
I have told my niece and nephew, like, watch your tone.
Yeah.
I'm not your homie.
Oh, but what does it mean to you? I ain't one of your little friends.
It's a boundary mark. You know what I'm saying? Because these kids be out of line. And I think as children, when you're testing those boundaries and you're also copying the conversations and dynamics of how other people, adults mostly, are communicating, you feel that at times you could come and puff your chest the same way they do.
Oh, so then like we can share that moment when it first hits you that you was not one of your parents' little friends. And I'll tell you mine, little girl. My mom was having a conversation with someone, and you know how when you talk, spit flies out your mouth, right?
Oh.
So she's talking, so spit hit me, landed right on my cheek.
No!
I must have been like, I'm gonna say 5, right? So I'm 5. And I'm like, Mom, I'm tugging at her. And mind you, I don't remember this story, but you know, my mom told me this story. She thinks it's hilarious now. So I'm tugging her, Mom, you spit on me. You spit on me. So she's ignoring me. Like she's trying to finish her conversation. Her little kid is kind of like bugging her. And I'm trying to tell her, Mom. So then she said, all she heard was, puh, 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 puh. And like she looked down and I'm spitting back at her. And she said she took me in that bathroom. Tore me up
and let you know
and let me know, and it was in that moment that I knew
in the midst of the ass whooping
I ain't one of your little friends. So I would say that's probably, you know, I think I remember the spit. I just don't remember what happened after that, but that makes a lot of sense. It probably
trauma blocks.
Yeah, trauma blocks. I'm not saying that's the best way to handle those situations, but you know, it was the 80s, baby.
Everything goes back. It was the 80s.
It was the 80s. My mom was like in her early 20s. Like
that is true.
You know, there's a lot to be learned there. But yeah, I feel like those are those moments that really teach you that
you ain't one of her little friends.
Yeah. And what about you? When was the moment you knew?
I was definitely older, and I thought I could talk to my mother anyway.
Ooh.
And I felt that, you know, she was being very annoying and being very aggressive under a certain state of intoxication. And I told her, I don't like it when you get drunk.
Oh, and that's informative and helpful.
Not according to Juana, because she looked at me and said, you need to mind your mouth. In Dominican, I'm gonna say it like
I need to hear it like how it's said.
You want it?
Yeah.
Aquí tú le estás hablando, Jennifer. Es que tú estás loca. And then she just looked at me and I said, and I walked through, I just put my head, I said, ooh, I am not one of my mama's
You thought you had it.
I thought I could tell her, give her criticism. You know,
I mean, it was, that was
critique, positive,
yeah.
Self-reflection. Girl, you was drunk and lit.
Yeah. And what's funny is that as the older you get, you be like, man, I had every right. Well, at least in that circumstance, maybe not my 5-year-old circumstance, but your circumstance, definitely, I think now that these conversations are being had, it's like, you know, parents now like encourage their kids' voice. Like,
no.
I mean, I'm looking at the TikToks
Oh no, I don't know what culture you're talking about. That has
not our culture. No, I'm just saying, like, this is what I'm seeing online, and when people give their like, how do they handle certain situations, scenarios? Like, you read all the books as a new parent, and this is what they teach you. You know, you gentle parenting. Yeah, we didn't know about no gentle parenting. No, there was no such thing.
We barely had parenting.
Yes, I mean, and when you think about all of those, like that, the reactions of those things, trauma, all based on trauma. Like, I feel like there could have been a learning. There's a learning moment.
Learning experience.
But, you know, as you've gotten older, I feel like I definitely, as you get older, as a grown woman, you butt heads. Butt heads with your parents, butt heads with our moms. Because you realize, you're just a big kid who got older.
You're right. And guess what? I wouldn't want you to be my friend right now because you're not being very nice.
Yeah, you're not being nice. You're not hearing me. You're very stuck in your ways. So yeah, no, that is something. I want to hit another.
Well, I wanted to ask you, you know, you are now a parent, beautiful child.
Thank you.
Blessings. But eventually that child will grow up.
Yeah, I know. I'm not ready.
Are you going to be one of his little friends?
Nah, that's a tough one because I don't really know what's going to happen until I'm in it. Like, I might just ship him off to you and Shamari, his godfather, you know. And
we definitely not going to be his friends.
Yeah, so I feel like, I'm going to look to the community and the village I built because I don't know. Like, it's a strange thing. And like to see this little baby who needs you and your guidance, and for them to then turn into like jerks.
Assholes. Yeah, no, it's going to happen. Every parent, let me tell you. We all turn into assholes.
Yeah.
At one time in our parents' life, we were the assholes.
I heard Jada Smith say one time that they do this whole thing. I mean, they're rich, but they do this whole
Is this rich people shit?
Yeah, it's rich people shit. They do this whole thing when they're in a circle and they're like, I don't know, they give you the truth stick or something. I'm paraphrasing here, but she gives them the opportunity, like, look, you can come in the circles, say what you want to say your truth, and you can't get in trouble, like whatever it is. And I don't know. I was like, and the idea sounds good. Yes. I'm not sure if I have enough money in my wallets for that practice. I feel
go to jail?
To not go to jail. Depending on what it is. I can't make that promise. Okay. But I do want to create a space where he's comfortable, what he's going through, to come to me. And you know, by being open myself, by leading the example, not trying to shield him just because he's a kid, but find ways and opportunities to make everything a learning experience. Despite, like, I mean, I don't believe in sheltering. I was never sheltered. I was never sheltered. So, like,
look at you now.
I mean, I'm not saying it was the right, but again, I'm gonna say 80s. And you know, I was watching horror movies. You know, I was watching soap operas, novellas, and like,
good time.
You know, and you know, hearing and witnessing everything my mom was going through. And I'm not saying it was all good. I'm just saying that there is something I could pull from that and say, like, look, I learned about life. Like, how can I then create these learning opportunities around these serious situations so that they don't grow up to be jerks and think like they could get away and with whatever they want or talk to me. And I want them to like value, respect. And I feel like there's a level of like, you have to let them in on the conversations and not shelter them. And I think that's what makes, that is a delivery. That is what makes, you know,
it real, y'all.
It's real. It's ding dong. Who that is?
That's my baby daddy.
Oh yeah.
Is it?
No. I mean, yes, it is. That is a grocery delivery live here. Just gonna let that happen.
But we're just gonna let that go through because, you know,
it's live.
It's live. This is real podcasting. I'm sorry. I'm trying to help with my peacock feathers in the back.
No, I like it. Like, did we all just fall apart because
we did? Because we talked about our family and our trauma. But no, I hear you, and I think that's the level. I am a titi of a 20-year-old right now, and a titi of others, and I felt as you know, I've never had a child, and I can never take that parenting experience from anybody. But as a bona fide titi, I was there when he was coming out. I saw his head. I was there, and I feel like the love that I have for him, I too have that conversation now that he's 20, he's older, and he think he's grown. I'm like, listen. I ain't one of your little friends. I was
Yeah.
like, but I'm going to always be the best friend that you probably would want.
Yeah.
I was like, because I'm going to give it to you straight 100. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
And I want the best for you. So if that means me as a titi hearing you talk about some real nastiness or random shit that you're doing, I'd rather be the ears and eyes to your story than let these dumb people around try to guide you in your way.
Right. And also, like, you know, there's a kid trying to enter the frame.
Listen, you need to learn. You gotta know you ain't one of our little friends, okay?
Yeah.
Studio.
Also, like, what was one of the things you were saying here? I know I lost it. Oh, okay. Can parents be friends?
I'm gonna say no.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
You know what? All right. You are correct on that. I feel like, should we pause?
No.
All right, keep it going.
Raw.
Okay.
Here.
All right.
Natural.
So, can parents be friends? So you say no.
I think there's levels to it, right? There's certain conversations that I've had the privilege to have with my birth father in the midst of us trying to heal, where I've been real 100 with him about certain experiences that I haven't had with maybe my mother. But I think it's also the relationship that you have with your parent. I feel like Miss Wanda's one of those, hey Mama Wanda, you know, where we could actually have some conversations that might sound very wild and like you would tell her this. It's like, but she's a woman too, or she's been through things.
I think it's definitely in phases. I feel like there's definitely a place now, you know, where my mom and I do share a lot. The friendship part of it, so that's interesting because I have learned not to share everything, right? There are some things definitely got to keep close to your home, your family that you've created and you're building. Because, you know, moms are going to be moms. And like when they pissed off, they're going to bring that back up. You're like, hey, I told you that in confidence. Like, you can't be my friend.
You were just being a whore. I didn't want to tell you. Like,
you were so dumb. You did it too. You was such a dumb slut. Like, whoa.
No. Hit you below the belt.
Yeah, so there are a level, you know, of things. And I mean, and this also came from her. She was like, she had to learn it. And so it's funny that now I'm in that position that I'm like, I definitely have to mind what I say, you know, and that show Smothered.
Yeah, that's never going to be us on the show.
If you've never seen that show, Smothered, it's about like these moms and these, is it just daughters?
I believe they have all types of.
Oh, okay, daughters, sons. Yeah, they're very close. Yeah, like what was like one where they like, they use the same bath water.
Yeah.
To save. Now look, I understand save it on your water bills, but my mom has 60-year-old coochie in the water, and I ain't getting in the tub with 60-year-old coochie.
No, that's vintage wine.
That is, that's.
I'm like, you mad because you might not be up to the standard of vintage wine.
Listen, and I ain't, you know, look, I'm not.
We're just not doing it.
I'm not age shaming around the bath water, but what I'm saying is that is just a very different vagina than mine that is sitting in the water, marinating. And the juices, and then I'm gonna go in after her and use the same bath water. That's crossing the line. I mean, kudos for the closeness, but I feel like there's kudos, but then also that you might want to speak to someone about that because I think there is probably some codependency going on, and then how can you grow? I mean, at the end of the day, they're still your mom, they're still your parent, and you know, you have to kind of like learn and venture outside of them. You develop your own unique relationship, your own unique friendship, but it's not like you gotta have those boundaries, baby.
Not for us, at least.
I ain't getting or like, and then in the simple ones like on the show they dress alike.
Yep, no, it's not gonna happen either.
My mom wishes I tell her this all the time. She wishes we were those types of mom and daughter like dressing alike, and it's not happening. My aunt and my cousin on her side are like that. Very much so.
On purpose? Like they dress alike?
They're like,
we're going to wear the pink top with the white hair.
Now, I attribute to, like, they're from the South. So I figured, I was like, maybe there's some Southern culture here of, like.
Folks from the South, let us know this is normal.
I don't know. But they're very close. It is very sweet, but not me. Like,
yes.
I'm not, and we'll talk about sex and things. And then like, if my mom crosses the line, like she definitely wanted to buy me lingerie. And she's giving me her hand-me-down lingerie.
Because that is one of the lines we don't cross.
Yeah, she gave me her hand because she was saying like, you don't have no lingerie, you married. And she come from that old school thinking that I gotta be in matching bras and panties all the time. Listen, don't judge me. Don't judge me. Be happy they clean.
Okay.
That's so, but she comes from that mindset. Like, look, you keep a man, you gotta spice it up with lingerie. And I'm not a lingerie shamer.
No,
so I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's just not me. Like, I'm very like, well,
you're just coming out the shower wrong. Naked.
Exactly. Let's just go right to it. And so I think when she gave me her hand-me-down lingerie, that was lingerie, that was a bit much.
There's a little flag there, like, ooh, we might be getting a little too
I think and so I had to pull it back. But I mean, I think she meant well, but I think it's kind of weird on paper, right? Like, but I ain't gonna lie, when there's a laundry day, and I was like, no, I put on that gown she gave me.
It's the nightgown.
It's the nightgown, not the panty set, but I did put on the nightgown, and I wore it because it was comfy.
I'm about to say, was it comfy?
It was silk too, and I don't have any silk shit, so I definitely wore it. But I was like, I don't think one of your little friends. I don't know if you do that with your friends. Share lingerie.
I do not share lingerie. Mm-hmm. Nothing. I will share a shirt and some pants, and maybe something that I haven't used, but we're not sharing things that I've worn like that. Yeah. It's just not comfortable. I do like though that there are those mother-daughter relationships where they can have those conversations, because I do feel like had my mother been more open to having conversations versus trying to parent me like this and kind of having that openness to like share your feelings. Maybe it could have been like not a stick, but like a chancleta. Like you had the chancleta.
You have the chancleta into the circle.
Into the circle with the chancleta. I'd be like, I'm just feeling really stressed about this.
Yeah. Can you imagine her being like, okay, now you can say whatever you want without getting in trouble, and she's just. And you're like, and then, I kissed him. And
then the other chocolate flies out. And then it would have been
he touched me and I liked it.
Listen, I almost got abandoned because they found a picture of me sitting on a boy's lap. Who I was dating and they knew. They were just like,
that's...
Yes, listen, that's a whole nother conversation.
My mom found a whole boy underneath my bed.
That's true.
Like...
You see, maybe I should have had Miss Wanda. And you should have had Wanda. Yeah. Because she would have been like, at least he brought him home.
Yeah. There was definitely, there's a difference here in levels of
parenting and friendship. So with that being said, let us know, are you your parents' friend, or do your friends try to hang out with you now that you're mature and older, and now they feel like I don't have any friends? That's the other dynamic. They don't have friends, or they haven't maintained their friendships. And then it's like, once the kids are gone.
Yeah, now you're like, they want to call and talk about their shows, the internet dating.
Yes.
And my mom want to tell me what's going on in the bedroom. I'm like, yo, I ain't one of your friends. Now you get to turn it around.
I ain't one of your friends.
I ain't one of your little friends. See, the thing, I ain't one, like Denzel, I ain't one of your little friends. Go tell your friend. Like, my mom be sending me sexy selfies. And I'm like, yo, I'm not one of you. Show your friends. And she be like, I just want to show you, like, that, because she be feeling herself, and but it's like, she be like this. Like,
oh, my ass look big in this.
And I'm like, Ma, show your friends or your man, but they're gonna. So it's interesting, like you say, they get older, and now you are their friend too. So
I've been had those conversations with my mom.
You never had sex?
Oh yeah, she's had sex. She was like, you put it here, and I'm like, whoa, that is not the conversation I want to have.
Do not want this. I didn't ask for this,
and this is why I ain't one of your little friends.
Yeah, reversed.
There you go. Mm-hmm. So if y'all need to get out of that situation, hit them with the truth.
Yeah.
Mommy, I ain't one of your little friends.
Or maybe even like gross, like what I do is I gross her out even more. And then she's like, all right, fine. I'm like, oh, you want to share? You want to share?
Tell you what I did with this. Tell us yesterday.
Well, I share stuff about my past now, and she's trying to figure out, like, when did that happen?
And she starts calculating. Wait a minute, that was when you was working here, and I told you, and you paid, and you took. Whore!
Yeah, I'm telling her about the threesomes and the girls that I've dated in my past, and she was like
she's disgusting.
Well, she just didn't like. It's just so not her. Like she was like, you did things like I wouldn't do, and I'm like, well, you wanted to bother me. Now this is what you get, and so then she'll like, all right, fine, and she'll change the topic. So a little tactic. Yeah.
Okay, we know the struggle is real. The adulting with the parents is hard. So we are here for it, and we're here for those conversations. So let us know: are you your friend's little friend, or are you not?
Your friend's little friend?
Are you your mama's little friend? Your dad's little friend? Yeah. Your big sister's little friend? Your little sister's little friend?
Yeah. Or you ain't none of their friends.
Let us know. Yes. Drop a comment down. Share with your homies. And as always, we are here for the shits. With that being said, I feel like we have wrapped up episode 3. All right. So everybody, thank you for watching. I am Jay Gill.
I'm Mika Kenya.
And we are your friend. Well, just don't give us all your business.
Bye.